Now to New Jersey's gubernatorial race. It is a state where Democrats hold a nearly 2-to-1 advantage in registered voters.
In theory, one might conclude any statewide race, therefore, should not be very close. Yet this race between Democratic incumbent Governor Phil Murphy and Republican challenger Jack Ciattarelli has been consistently separated by only single digits. One possible explanation for that narrower than expected margin: taxes.
Taxes consistently poll as one of the most important for New Jersey voters, which makes sense in this state with the highest property taxes in the country. Ciattarelli has hammered Governor Murphy as a tax and spend liberal, but Murphy has leaned in, saying the state's education and health care system are worth it.
Joining us now, CBS News political reporter Adam Brewster. He's with us from New Jersey. Adam, what can you tell us?
Well, Major, you were talking about taxes. That is what Jack Ciattarelli, Phil Murphy's opponent, has tried to make this race about. In recent weeks in polling, we've seen taxes take over as the #1 issue in this race. Taxes have been high in New Jersey for a long time. It is not something that started when Phil Murphy took over as governor 4 years ago. Certainly, Jack Ciattarelli has a lot of work to, cut into. Running on taxes has probably an issue that can win him some independent voters. But Phil Murphy gets good marks from voters, Democrats and independents, for his handling of COVID and his record. And that's largely what he's run on. He's an incumbent governor who has touted the things that he accomplished in his first term, not just his handling of COVID, things like passing a tax on millionaires, but also, expanding access to pre-K, expanding paid family leave benefits, raising the minimum wage. So he has had a record to run on that has been relatively popular with New Jersey voters.
Is it clear whether or not Ciattarelli has been able to gain ground by attacking Governor Murphy only on taxes, or has education, like in Virginia, become much more part of the conversation as this race has closed? Or if not, has any other issue like pandemic restrictions or dealing with the pandemic also played a part?
Certainly, taxes has been the overarching message from the Ciattarelli campaign. He was on the air early talking about high taxes, playing this clip of Phil Murphy in an event where he said, if taxes are your issue, we're probably not your state. Phil Murphy has said, those comments are kind of taken out of context, but certainly also leaning into issues, saying that he doesn't want vaccine or mask mandates. Polling has shown that most of the public actually supports the student mask mandate that Phil Murphy has put in place. He's also talked, Jack Ciattarelli, a bit about education, not quite to the extent that Glenn Youngkin has. The discussion around education here is focused partly on funding, because property taxes are tied to school funding here so closely in New Jersey, and also on that mask mandate issue where Phil Murphy has a lot of support from voters. Certainly, Ciattarelli talks a bit about parental control, but it has not taken over the race and been such a dominant issue like it has in Virginia, partly because Phil Murphy has kept, his funding for education and his focus on, the improvements for educational access that he's made during his time as governor.
It's interesting, during the California recall election, Adam, we saw California Governor Gavin Newsom, and we're seeing now Virginia's Terry McAuliffe trying to basically tie the Republican opponents to former President Trump. Has Governor Murphy taken a similar approach?
Earlier on in the campaign, around Labor Day and in the summer, we did see Governor Murphy try to liken Jack Ciattarelli to former President Trump. He's talked about, Ciattarelli attending a Stop the Steal rally. Ciattarelli says that he didn't know what that event was going to be when he agreed to speak there, but that is something that he still talks about on the stump. But, to the extent that Phil Murphy has tried to tie Ciattarelli to Trump, it has not been like what Terry McAuliffe has done in Virginia, where he talks about, Trump just as much as he talks about Glenn Youngkin. And, voters here are, I talked to one person after a Jack Ciattarelli event last week who said he did not vote for former President Trump in the 2020 election, but that he is planning to vote for Jack Ciattarelli in this election. He said, look, this guy's tried to tie Ciattarelli to Trump, and Ciattarelli is not Trump. Donald Trump is not someone who is popular in the state of New Jersey. Ciattarelli has sort of had to walk the line of engaging the base and not poking former President Trump in the eye while still talking to independent and moderate voters, and that's sort of where he's found that tax issue to be such a critical issue for him, and that might make the race closer than people thought this race was going to be at the beginning of the year in a state that President Biden won by 16 points just a year ago.
All right, Adam Brewster at Governor Murphy's headquarters tonight in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Thanks so much, Adam.